Jeffrey Epstein had a caboose on Zorro Ranch, but in the last few years, it's gone missing. This is a highly suspicious rabbit hole that I really think needs to be looked into by authorities. So if you've gone through any of the Epstein files, you've probably seen this caboose. This is an image of the caboose in Jeffrey Epstein's notorious birthday book. And if you go through the photos found in the Epstein files, you can see lots of images taken of and inside of this train car. Like this image right here, which appears to show two Epstein survivors out front of the caboose, and this image of the caboose found elsewhere in the files. But I think this image says a lot. As you can see, this caboose, this old train car, was out in the middle of nowhere, literally on the border, the very edge of Epstein's Zorro Ranch property. Why was it so far away from everything else? Why is it in such a desolate area? I mean, this is a place at the end of the day where people were coming and going to and from. This is a location that people were being brought to and photographed in front of. So why is it so far away from everything else on the property? Now, interestingly, the original poster of the video that I found about this created this map, and you can see this is kind of a breakdown of the Zorro Ranch property. The main house was up there, and then way at the tippy top almost, there was the caboose. And I don't know how to properly express this to people, but unless you've been there like I have, you don't really understand how far away these points are from each other. But the caboose was extremely far from the house. And it's interesting because the caboose seemed to sit right on the border of the state land and Epstein's property. I've seen some sources claim that it was on Epstein's land, some sources say it was on state land. But regardless, the caboose was there. Epstein purposefully had it brought to the land and installed there. And the real reason why has never been fully explained. Now, interestingly, I believe this is an image found in the Epstein files from within the caboose itself. The area seemed to have been set up for visitation. There appears to be a table and chairs in the caboose, but this is kind of the only photo I could find of what is allegedly the interior. I don't know who these people are that are in the image, but here's where things get really interesting. So, according to actual maps provided by the New Mexican government, we can see that the caboose was present on property in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. But then suspiciously in 2023, somewhere in March of that year, the caboose vanishes. The caboose was removed at some point before the property was sold to the new owners, meaning that Epstein's estate still had control of the property, I believe, when the caboose was removed. But to have this thing brought out to the ranch, Epstein had to use a crane, contractors, it was a whole process. But there's no mention of this thing being removed at all. And to my knowledge, it was never searched by authorities. So why was it removed? Where is it now? Has it been searched? This caboose could have had damning evidence inside of it, and yet it's nowhere to be found. Follow along for more updates.